Hi guys, this is Sajak from Driving.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to install OTA updates on a rooted Samsung phone. So as of now, my phone has obtained root via Magis. As you could see, it's running the latest Magis version, and it's a Samsung phone. It's the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. The steps are applicable across all the Samsung phone, irrespective of the One UI version and the Android version. Currently, I am on One UI 5, Android 13, but the steps are applicable across all the Android phone. So what we are going to do is, first and foremost, we will have to get hold of the latest firmware, extract it, then we will get the AP file, then we will pass the AP file via Magisk and flash it via Odin. But please don't simply flash the AP file. Along with AP, you will also have to flash the rest of the file, which is the BLCP and home CSC. The best part about this tweak is you don't have to flash the normal CSC file. You could simply flash the home CSC. As a result of this, there will be no data wipe. Only when it comes to rooting a Samsung phone, we have to use the CSC file. But since our phone has already obtained root and we are just installing OTA update, there is no need to use the CSC file. Instead, we will use the home CSC. So there will be no data wipe and we'll be able to install the OTA update without any issue. So the only thing to keep in mind that is you should always flash the entire firmware and don't simply flash the patch AP file. So keeping that point in mind, let's get started. First off, please take a backup of all the data on your phone just to be on the safer side. Once that is done, you may now start off with the process. So first off, get hold of the latest firmware either from the Freesia tool or the SAM FW website. If we talk about the Freesia tool, so in case of Freesia, I advise you to enable USB debugging on your phone. It will be quite easy. So for that, go to the settings menu, about phone, software information, and tap on build number 7 times. You will get a prompt that you are now a developer. And once that is done, open the settings menu on your phone. You should now see developer option. Go there and enable the toggle next to USB debugging. You will get a prompt, tap on OK. And with this, debugging is now enabled. So now you may launch the Freesia tool. So get hold of the tool. I've given the link on my guide. So let me open this guide, and from here you may download it using the Freesia tool or the SAM FW website. First off, let's check out the tool. So open the tool and you will then have to choose the auto mode, and from here your phone will automatically be picked up. Likewise, the CSC code and the firmware will all be shown here because we have chosen the auto mode and the debugging is enabled. So the tool is able to identify the device. Now click on check update and it will bring up the latest available update for your phone, which will take a few seconds. So let's just wait, and now you may click on the download button and the firmware will be downloaded. Apart from that, you may also use the SAM FW website. For that, go to the website and click on, you may either type in your phone name or the model code here, or simply hit the USB icon and your phone should be shown here. Choose your phone and hit the connect button, and then your phone will be shown here, and from here your first course of action is to choose the CSC code. So regarding the CSC code, I made a separate guide on the same, but still let me show you. You simply have to go to the settings menu and about phone section, and there will be a service software information. So let me show you that as well. So go to the service software information, and from there you will get 4 values. You will have to choose the value first. So as you could see, the service provider software version, there are value 1, value 2, value 3 and value 4. Out of these 4 values, you have to choose the first value. In my case, the first value is INS, which is for the India. The next 2 value is for the dual SIM variant, and the last is the region where the phone has been manufactured. So as of now, it is the first value INS, which is the CSC code, and it is INS India for my region. I am not showing this on my phone because if I do so, then the IMEI number will also be visible. So I am trying to hide that, and that is why I am not showing this value on my phone. You could refer to my screenshot, or let me do one thing. Let me show you still. Let me take a screenshot if that's possible, and let me check once. So yes, as you could see now, this is the service provider software version, and there are 4 values, and all the 4 values are INS. Out of that, only choose the first value. In my case, value 1 is INS, which is for India. So go to the website and choose the INS value from here, and now you may download the latest firmware, which is this one. So get hold of the latest firmware file, and the firmware will be in the zip format. You don't have to extract the zip file. So you may either use the SAM FW website or the Freesia tool. The choice is all yours. Once you have got the firmware, it will be in a zip format. Let me show you. Just a minute. This will be the firmware. So extract the firmware. I will advise you to use the 7-zip software. the Windows inbuilt extraction tool might or might not work in some cases. So extract it and you will get the following 5 files. Out of these 5 files, we have to use the home CSC, CP, AP and BL. But first and foremost, we'll have to patch the AP file via Magisk. So copy the AP file from the extracted firmware and transfer the AP file onto your phone. So this is the AP file. I've got the AP file. Once that is done, you will now also have to install the Magisk app onto your phone for patching it. Most of you, or rather all of you, will already have the Magisk app because your phone is already rooted via Magisk. So that will not be an issue. Simply launch the Magisk app, and now let's move ahead and patch the AP file via Magisk. So let's go to the next step and patch the AP file. Launch the Magisk app, tap on install next to Magisk, then select and patch a file. And now you have to choose the AP file. This is the latest AP file which we have just extracted from the firmware, and now tap on let's go. The Magisk will now patch this file, and it could take up to a couple of minutes because the file is quite large, around 6 to 7 GB I suppose. So let's just wait for the patching to complete. So guys, the patching of the AP is now complete. So let's now transfer this patch file onto our PC. So go to your phone and go to the downloads folder, and as you could see, this is the Magisk patch AP file. Copy it and transfer it inside the same folder where you have the rest of the firmware files. So let's transfer it here, and the transfer might take a couple of minutes because the file size is quite large. So let's just wait for the transfer to complete. So guys, the patch AP file has now been transferred onto our PC. There are the rest of the stock firmware file as well. For the ease of convenience, let me rename it to, let's say, Magisk patch AP. It will be easier to identify. That's just for the sake of that and nothing else. So with this, we have got the file, and let's now move ahead. And now you have to boot your phone to download mode. For that, there are quite a few approaches that you could take. For instance, you may power off your phone and then press and hold the volume up and volume down keys, and then connect your phone to PC by USB cable. You will then get a warning sign. So press the volume up key, and your phone will then boot to the download mode. I usually don't use this method. Instead, I use the ADB command. So I have made a separate guide on the same as well. You may refer to my guide and get the job done using either the ADB command or this method. So for ADB command, download and extract the Android SDK platform tools on your PC. This is the platform tools. Then type in CMD in the address bar and hit enter. This will launch command prompt inside platform tools. Now type in ADB devices and make sure that you are getting an ID. Once you are getting an ID, now just type in ADB, reboot, download, and your phone will now boot to the download mode. It will take a few seconds. I always use the ADB command and not the hardware key combination because that requires a little bit additional effort. With that said, our phone should now be in the download mode. Once it's in the download mode, we could now flash the patch AP file along with the rest of the firmware file. Again, I'm repeating, you have to flash all the firmware files, which is the patch AP and then the BLCP and the home CSC. No need to flash the CSC file because we don't require a format data. We could simply do away with the home CSC because we are just doing a normal OTA update installation on top of an already rooted phone. So that is why we could use the home CSC. With that said, let's now get started. So first and foremost, get hold of the Odin tool from my guide. Once you have got the tool extracted onto your PC, you could extract them anywhere you want. Let me show you. This is the Odin tool. Then launch it via its exe file. Click on OK in the warning that appears, and now as you could see, this you should see the added message and as well as the COM port number. And now let's upload all this file. So click on the BL button, and now you will have to upload the BL file. After that, it will take a few seconds, and once it's uploaded, click on AP, and now you have to upload the Magisk patch AP file. Then once that is done, click on CP and upload the CP file. Finally, click on the CSC and upload the home CSC. This is the home CSC, and click on open. Once that is done, go to the option tab and make sure that auto reboot is checkmarked. If that's well and good, you may hit the start button, and the flashing will now start. It will flash the BL, AP, CP and the home CSC file. The AP is the patch AP file from Magisk, and all the file being flashed, you could keep a track of the same from the top left. These are the partition name of the files which have flashed, and the super partition takes the maximum amount of time. So let's just wait for a flashing to complete, and then our phone will automatically boot to the OS because we have checkmark auto reboot. So let's just wait for a phone to be flashed. So guys, as you could see, the flashing is now complete and we have got the pass message. Likewise, your phone will now automatically boot to the OS. The first boot up might take up some additional time. This is completely normal and nothing to worry about. So let's just wait for the phone to boot up, and you will get this warning sign as well, which was the case earlier as well. This is nothing to worry about, and since we have simply flashed the home CSV file and not the CSV file, the boot up will be somewhat faster, and there will be no need to do any format data factory reset, nothing as such. Your phone will now automatically boot to the OS, and it will take just a few more seconds for that to happen. So let's just wait, and I'll show you that as well. Your phone might undergo a couple of reboots on its own, as you might have seen in my case. That is again completely normal and nothing to worry about. Just leave your phone in this stage and it will boot to the OS in a matter of few seconds, and now we should have the boot animation as well, and after that the phone should be booted to the OS. So let's wait for a few more seconds and don't interact with the phone. And as you could see, there was no need to do any setup as such because we haven't done any factory reset. And let's now open the app, and let me open the Magisk app, and upon launching let's verify the same, and you could see I still have the latest Magisk installed. And let me open any root apps such as the Termux app. Now if I type in SU, it will ask for the super user, and it has got the super user request. Likewise, let's launch the Magisk app and go to the super user. You could see Termux having granted root, and so with this we are now on the latest available firmware. Let me show you that as well. So the version and the build number is AHXD1, and now let me check my phone's firmware version as well. Just a minute, I'll show you that as well. I have to hide it because the IMEI number might be visible, so I have to hide it and go to the software information section, and inside the software information have a look at the build number. That is the AHXD1, the latest build AHXD1, and with this we have got the latest Android 13 for my phone, and my phone was rooted and is also currently rooted by Magisk as well. There is no loss of any root, and I am on the latest available firmware. So guys, on that note, I round up this video. Just a couple of things to keep in mind. First and foremost, you will have to flash the entire firmware and not just the AP file. Moreover, you will have to use the home CSC and not the CSC because we don't require a format data. That is why simply use the home CSC and your task stands complete. And on that note, I round up this video. If you have any queries, do let me know in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching.